Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fofana.
Mr. Fofana.
I hope you had a good break.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, thanks to Allah.
In the last session, you gave us a bit of background into the conflict surrounding the Supreme Islamic Council and your brother Bakausu. You mentioned some of the controversies surrounding the religious views held by the Supreme Islamic Council and those of your brother. You narrated about the meeting that was held at the location of the Supreme Islamic Council between its members, the executive and Bakausu, and some members of your family and his followers. To address their conflict, especially surrounding the dates, the religious dates for prayers. And whether or not it should be dictated by the sighting of the moon. You told us that during that meeting, various speeches by members of the executive were done, and Bakausu was accused of being too powerful and influential in religious affairs in the Gambia. He was also accused of making inflammatory remarks along tribal lines and insulting the president. And at the end, in a heated debate, they wanted him to disown his own religious beliefs and adopt their own position. And when he refused to do so, they ended the meeting by banning him from all religious activities, even in his own home. Letters were written to the police, NGRTS, as well as radio stations to alert them. And even his radio cassettes were banned from being played. By members of the public. I'm sure you would agree with me that these were drastic steps taken by the Supreme Islamic Council. But just before we ended, you explained that you believe the reason behind their power was the ex-president Yahya Jammeh. You also mentioned a proverb, which, if I understood you well, you were trying to describe the power dynamics between the president, the Supreme Islamic Council, and Bakausu. Can you please repeat that proverb to us and then just explain it?
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, thanks to Allah.
That
proverb is, if you see water is able to boil inside a cooking pot, so that the fire underneath can make it boil, it is because of the cooking pot. That's what is between the fire and the water.
Wakalero wala Yaya Jammeh.
That cooking pot has been Yaya Jammeh.
Kiyoma wakalero kono wala mumolti.
The water in that cooking pot happens to be the people.
Dimba membe duma wala Supreme Islam Council to lafta ko mol dibeng bil kalero sora don say to la dimbal dubent.
The fire beneath that cooking pot happens to be the Supreme Islamic Council. But when the cooking pot became punctured, the fire poured on the fire below. The water poured on the fire below. That's the proverb.
And by describing the fire as the Supreme Islamic Council, are you saying that they were trying to instigate Yaya Jammeh against his people?
Oten kafu ko ye misal men fojante wala nyinte ko Supreme Islamic Council ile tanu ka Yaya Jammeh na la mulu kungol takindi nyolan.
Ha lafta wala.
Yes, that's what they wanted.
Can you tell us whether after this ban was made, Barkhouse actually complied?
Faisa fo nanya biri ina na nyimbani lo rakang la tongola ba Barkhouse kan fo anar atin sonda wala la ba.
Okay, wolo kono laro janni ka bando fonke biri nyoso bokara surwa kedo be kono je ngamra wala stref bajan.
Well, in the hall there, before even they banned him, there was a man, a Wolof man called Serif Bajan.
Wala mu council la ba president.
I think he was the vice president of the council.
Wo wulta di amata surwa kana faka kumbo.
He got up and spoke in Wolof to the point of crying, shedding tears.
Ako Barkhouse mu jamaati yoldi.
He said Barkhouse has a large following.
Barkhouse mu family yoldi.
Barkhouse is a family man.
So ngakumandi na menna nang.
The reason why we called him here today, let's discuss that. The whole world is listening and looking at us. If we want to condemn Barkhouse, I'll tell him and ask him to tell the world that whatever he said is a lie. That's very wrong. Let's please discuss this amicably. Another man called Sidi Minte from Sanchaba Sulejob also supported Mr. Bajan's view. He said, let's discuss about the sighting of the moon. But what you wanted to do, let's forget about that. But that didn't stand. They decided to ban Barkhouse. So after we left that place, Barkhouse also sat down with friends and discussed with them about what has happened. We wanted to sue them to the court. Barkhouse told us, let's forget about taking this thing to the courts. I don't even have time for that. They have a younger brother called Omar Fofana. He was the naib or the assistant to Barkhouse Fofana in the mosque because the witness said he was not steady. He used to go and come. He told them there is an old man who has been a civil servant for quite a long time, and is well known to the family. He told them, now let's go to that man and explain this matter to him and listen to his advice. We went to visit that man at Bijilo. We have been to that man on 2 to 3 occasions discussing the same matter.
Mr. Fofana, can you just tell us finally what conclusion was reached? Did Barkhouse decide to do anything about the ban?
Mr. Fofana, silang kuwa nyinya labang ni lafta ya fanya fo Barkhouse nyinga na kusura la menke labang kuwa nyinda bang tongola karo labang.
Sanka wala bandara me ya bijiro wala na mako nga letter sa president.
The man we visited at Bijilo also helped us. Then we decided to told us to write a letter to the president.
Barkhouse ya la mara nyimbe explain kan councilor dunta nyola.
Barkhouse explained his view in the letter, saying that he has had a confrontation with the council. And what they said means that if you kill somebody's half, he said all his life what he knows is to learn and try to make others learn or teach other people.
adu mo jamala ba ko manay ko ba stop la karan karandro woto abol mare munyol fanal la ko letinyala ata danna ta damal.
And he has a large following. If he should stop preaching and teaching at this moment, a lot of people will be affected.
Ako fo president fo bata kalama ni bamba ka lefta pour que kalamu tande wala balo etere mo banko bela alfa ke kalama ela dimbal dun tanyolam kono ita fana ela miro ke jeba.
So the letter he wrote to the president towards the end, what Bakausu wrote there is, Mr. President, this is what happened. I don't know whether you are aware of my confrontation with your council, but as the head of state, I would like you to take a stand in this matter and look at what has happened.
And during this time, are you aware of, or are you aware whether Bakausu actually followed the terms of the ban? Did he obey it?
Ko fo ila ku woni nyalla bo nyim fo afrete da sonno longo tole ban fo Bakausu narna bula nyin son nyin sartol no mala ban wala nyin tongo nyi yemel la kamba.
Ha bulate no abuka diamu dara abuka diamu dawda na ya tole ala ni nyama amute fe wala nyama.
Yes, he agreed. He stopped preaching. He stopped talking at conferences and so on. What they said, he complied with what they want.
And you eventually said that he sought advice from different people and eventually decided on the advice of someone to write or to petition the president.
Ando ko anarna yamaro ni kanimo jamal bulu anarna karindo soto modo fana bulu men narna yamaro ko nyina ko silang ngaletaro sa fe ka ki president wa follow.
Was there a response to that letter?
Letaro ni yemen sa fe president wa fo jabiro narna soto to leba.
Antele letro sama first state house nga post je president en jabi o lokum fonkon.
I personally took the letter to State House and the president responded or replied us that same week.
And what was the response?
Mana kita nunja ajabiroti ala jabiroti.
Yes, president men sa ka lafra isina be ndesi si ngaksia ko nyina ngakacha.
The president, his response or his reply was that he invited Bakausu and told him to come so that we can sit down and discuss this matter.
Do you know what that date was that Bakausu was supposed to have an audience with the president?
For lungo nyi isa mutano la lungo men na Bakausu nyana kasi aning ya jame yi mitongo sotoba.
Olon exactly ntaro na bara letro nyina jabiro ay le men sa fe yetene lon le na nyanta nyojelan boda yentar ten lon tar na ntara State House mera ye postal fana wato.
Well, I cannot remember the day exactly, but the invitation for us to go to see him was on a Monday, and we went. We were there from morning till around 2 p.m.
And just in brief, can you tell us what discussions took place during that meeting and who was present?
Price suriaro fo isa fo no mitingo nyin kono je muna kachala je anu jumala ma be da mitingo nyin to.
O lum fulo birintara mbeje fotalam fula president atara odi do kina ko bi nata nyojeno la.
We were there till 2 o'clock, and the president later sent one of his orderlies to inform us that, well, he is busy, he cannot meet with us that day. Then he told us to come back on Wednesday. That Wednesday we went back, and that was the day when we met with other members of the council.
State House you found.
At State House itself.
And what time was the meeting?
Meeting on Yinketa Montro Warijuman.
What of Anamiro that a cabiring Telankil Wato?
The meeting started around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
For Suro Telanse.
Till 8 o'clock or 8 p.m. in the evening.
Tell us briefly what was discussed. Apart from members of the Supreme Islamic Council, yourself and Bakausu, were other members or other people in attendance?
Ninga borete ni Bakausu la ni Supreme Islamic Council la mol. For more cotton soron dol soron la ben mabe am meeting on
Bakausu ntani Siaka Sedi taraje.
I went myself with Siaka Sedi and Bakausu.
Ani Malanjai Brikama.
Plus Malanjai from Brikama.
Ani Ndoma dobe Omar Kolol Fofana.
And one of my younger brothers, Omar Kololi Fofana.
Ani dobe je kafai kisima kana sorla la mati Bakausu la mulama bar kisima jamala ka kana sora hani ya jamel meeting lalto.
And a man called Kisima, a Sarahule man. He is an interpreter. He used to do interpretation for Bakausu, and sometimes even the president himself invites him to do interpretation for him.
Ani Babali Fanabeje Al-Haiba.
Al-Haiba was also at that meeting.
Ani moj sorry astaghfirullah Al-Haiba ko obe Supreme ila council ona rawol ngina rawol ko ani mo ko don tomal.
Al-Haiba came with the Supreme Islamic Council, but these are the people who attended.
And what was discussed during that meeting?
Meeting on you which one mone kachata je.
Rindara bakose nyina fo ko ngamon fo ko ne dino mbe wala ka ngamen je nka wala kawandi kansulo nyulu inanna balan e ko nka membe fo banko ka ngafo faniala ngafo dunya be kono to nyante dunya be sisal no dun kilnela dunya be sisal no dun kilnela nka dawa nka kawando ke nyamen to nyata ko ko na to ko la president.
When they sat down and asked Bakausu his mission, he said, I am here to say that these council members asked me to tell the whole world and the Gambian people that all that I have ever preached are lies, and whatever I have been telling the people are lies, and this is why they decided to ban me.
Ayata ko karamo be mbulu tafijol be mbulu jamabe no sa ni kon kana karando ko wandi dingol le mo wol mol fanal be kele nyaada dunte balu latende nam ga karando do na do ko mambe kelo mankulon nam ga karanda mati.
He told them now they banned me even from teaching, and I have a lot of students whom I am teaching. Now, if they ban me from teaching, what about the students who are now learning from me? And my job throughout has ever been teaching and learning. Now, if I stop that, how can I have a living? Because I get my living out of this job.
Ala karon start nyameng anate tara nyameng ala karando ala balwol be kenya be fo kon ka tabe dunia ko nyama membe ka be fo president konton ko la.
After they exchanged greetings, that's the time he narrated this, and then he went on to narrate his history since he started teaching on whatever he does up to that point. He explained everything to the president.
Bira pareta dia mola kumola jam fo ka beta fono ba nimba ko sona obe kumo dol ko lante mamem.
Well, after he was ready, I cannot explain everything here what Bakausu said, but maybe if he comes, he himself will clarify everything to you people.
Etol council fana etol fana lo kunu kumbal ngamen fo jana be fana nataje.
All members of the Executive Council of the Supreme Islamic Council also were in attendance.
Mola men turana na wule ako Bakausu etol la do ko kolani ba ke bula bo fla president.
Modlamin Toure then got up and told the president that Bakausu has made their job very difficult for them.
Nada ko tem Bakausu ko tem.
If he says this, Bakausu will say another thing different.
Bako be femba be kela mo Bakausu lela.
And the majority of the country listens to Bakausu.
Nya ye salo buka keno anyama Bakausu le be bulo be ko kono.
Because the reason for the country not being able to pray the same day is because of Bakausu.
Ya kuma jamal foje membe ta fono la jam.
A lot of things there. Just to cut matters short, I cannot repeat all those things here.
Wale meton fama kabirin talan kilen fo suro talan se wanda si chakandi.
This is why the meeting started around 1 o'clock and went on up to 8 p.m.
Ninda fana ko mo be fola ja wato be jam fa balal.
If I want to say everything here, it will take a long time.
Par kumo la sutu yakam.
But to cut things short,
Ibrahima Jeju fana dia mutaje.
Ibrahima Jeju also got up and spoke.
Kongo man fo ay man fo council do.
What he said at the council meeting is the same thing that he emphasized to the president.
Abulai Fati wulita.
Abulai Fati got up. He told the president that we are not disputing with Bakausu about the sighting of the moon. The problem between us and Bakausu is about you, the president, you, Yaya Jammeh. He told Yaya Jammeh that Bakausu said, if anywhere is going to be destroyed, it is going to start in Fonyi. Because you hold festivals in Fonyi. You take people, men and women, to Fonyi, and they do a lot of bad things there. And they do a lot of drumming there. He said, your religion is not clean. He insults you and he insults your tribe. He said a lot of hard things and attributing those things to Bakausu just to make the president angry. If yourself, you were there, you will see that the president has become very angry with the words from Imam Fati. To cut matters short, after Imam Fati said all those sorts of things,
And you've already told us that Imam Fati was the Imam of State House itself, is that correct?
Yeah, from Moli and Commando go, Imam Fati, Adelamu Almamodi State House.
Atele State House imamoti.
Yes, he was the Imam at State House.
President Kela Mwala Fana.
The president listens to him.
And what would you say was his relationship with the president based on the fact that he was the Imam at State House?
Itala Londo, the Bafono, Ibaf, even Munafalako, Munamating, Munhadamayala Bataning, Yaya Jametema, Tumalan Batalam Almamoti.
Because atele President Selendi ala Jumoto, and in Sarwato Mana Wato Soje, Jumo Juma, Atelemo Almam Ratiboti, Yanata Teye, Dora Mola Antura Casalindro, Dora Sidiasi, but Atelem first Imam.
Imam Fati was the first Imam there. He leads prayers, and Yaya Jammeh prays behind him, either on Fridays with Friday prayers, and all these other prayer times he leads. But sometimes when he's not around, he has an assistant, Modlamin Toure at that time, who leads prayers. And if both of them are not there, Sidia Sise will lead prayers.
And would you say that Imam Fati was influential over Yaya Jammeh and that Yaya Jammeh respected his advice and views?
For about follow quarter saying, Imam Abdullah Fadi, I count Akaya Jameson no Kumol Lale, Kumol Lalabang, Naya Firebang.
Naya Kumajama Fire Akalala.
Yeah, Yaya Jammeh takes a lot of words from Imam Fati.
And this same Imam Fati was the person behind the ban.
And Imam Fati, I tell you, Tony Koma.
Tony in a Sabobo Matelti.
Yes, the ban on Bakausu was because of Imam Fati's stand.
Because
it was Imam Fati who produced that letter, and it was Imam Fati who decided to start with harsh words.
Imam Fati la miro akabula baka wala noma.
Modla Venture was the president, but he follows Imam Abdullah Fati. Because, as I know, Modla Venture is not somebody has, because he has been a good friend to Bakausu.
You're saying that the president of the Supreme Islamic Council, in fact, was taking directions from Imam Fati.
Supreme Islamic Council president. Tembo waro do beje ka kangota Imam Fati bul.
Yes.
And
Imam Fati la kuma kana ka funti banda dina mola mtura kuma count.
Because usually what we hear outside most of the time is from Imam Abdullah Fati, and he talks more than Modlamin Toure.
And even though Imam Fati held a lower position in the Supreme Islamic Council, he was very powerful by virtue of the fact that he was Imam of the State House.
Supreme Islamic Council, Palaso member of Supreme Islamic Council, Palace in Ningola Babu Nyaonya, but I come to Council of Supreme Islamic Council, and Naranake State House like Al Mahmoud.
Kuma be nakrim president la nyame kara hani ni mobedula kilinto ni de la palaso wara no nakra president le tete ke hakilo tuba ke wala potol.
Yes, because he was very close to the president. If you are at a place, working at a place with somebody, even if he's your boss, but if that person is closer to the head, then you have to be very careful of that person.
And these allegations that were made by Imam Fati against your brother Bakausu, were they in fact true?
Nin tumiro la me alongo Imam Abdullah Fati ke ikoto maka memu Bakausu Fofana fo tonyalem ba fo tonyal la nin tumiro kuma kawle ba
tonyata kuna hasidia nin jawya nin konante adron anin bala fa bala menga banko lansarote.
Yeah, no, they were not true. Imam Fati was full of hatred, hypocrisy, and he is not even a citizen of this country.
And you would agree with me that in all of these things, control is important to control public morality and order.
Yes.
And was that the role of the Supreme Islamic Council at the time?
For Supreme Islamic Council, for wala muila maranyati bang watola bang.
What more Yajama Mol Samanyame, Torfanel and Dino Kambul, Hankabi, Dino from Kenya, Hankabi, Kenya from Bebulokono.
Well, yes, that's the way. And the way that Yaya Jammeh was doing things, they were following him and they were in agreement with him. And I can say that still, up to this time, that's how things are still running.
Arbria Jambe Yani Semo Mukimesa Talulo Bebota, Ba Molfile Casalia Diate Yamin, Caritole Siramam Fonka, la Mandate Yambanda Manson Koboje, the Sirinja Diate, Dina Bango Alfalmon La Puria Traje, Hanodo de Balandinja, Carroca for Diamond to Balandinje.
Well, I can say that after Yaya Jammeh's regime ended, well, their power has gone down. If they were having 100% power, now I can say that they have 50% power.
Mr. Fofana, please listen to my questions carefully. That was really not the question that I asked. And I would just perhaps ask another question in a different way. You've already agreed to the fact that the Supreme Islamic Council were responsible really for order within the Islamic religion.
Supreme Islamic Council tolle marta kango ka kango di me alon ko sujida ndino la karola bankoka.
You have also denied that, in fact, your brother Bakausu actually insulted the president. However, can I give you this scenario? If it was the case that Bakausu actually insulted the president or was insulting Jolas or other tribes in the Gambia, on account of the Islamic on account of their religion, then it would be the responsibility of the Supreme Islamic Council then to actually regulate that matter.
Because dino kana alonko dino menka nyoden ni donti katonya fo aninka nen droga menkilia.
This was their plan to incite the president against Bakausu, because Bakausu is a landman. He knows that even religion is against insulting people, so Bakausu will not do that. But this was their plan.
And would you agree, sorry Mr. Fofana, but would you agree that it was the role of the Supreme Islamic Council to regulate that in the event that any imam, not only Bakausu, was actually making such remarks? I just want you to answer that question.
Imam koten namba ning adra umuto nyal di ka siol ne waranda ka president onen oduno be jumale kan ngamre Supreme Islamic Council en kaw ko nyin jara kaw ko nyin ka be toba fo amanke wali tolleti
ha nyara nakanen drogue itollel be lor ndino la kola.
Yes, yeah, that's true. If really he has been insulting, well, it is their job to put a stop to it.
Please continue and tell us who else spoke at the meeting and what was discussed.
Meeting State House.
Sidia
Sise also spoke there.
Minister Bajan Fana Diamore, the Vice President.
The Vice President of the Council also spoke at the meeting, Serif Bajan.
Yo Bridiamo be banda already. President Kamfada, President and Jabiro Kamena.
Well, after all of them spoke and the president became very angry, he later spoke.
President Adatilimba Kausula.
Then that's the time when the president started to criticize Bakausu.
Akaya Setan Londole Bebulu.
He told Bakausu that your knowledge is of satanic is a satanic knowledge.
Akate Kurano Krambirim Bakra Fonas Ya Jambe Fong, Akate Kurano Kramfo Bakra Fonas, Asenkan Tafsiro Fanal.
Well, Yaya Jammeh said he learned the Quran from the beginning to end, from Bakara to Wannas. He repeated that over and over. He said he used to listen to Bakausu's cassettes, but Bakausu doesn't narrate things correctly.
Was this meeting recorded?
Ya record la kasero from puro halaniro fonga nanda me wodmo video klopol be ya video fana kasero ya video klopol tema puro video klopol woli wala kala piran pour ka ba kasu sontonde banko kam.
Well, it was recorded, both audio and vision, or both audio and video, because those days, immediately after that meeting, they sent some of those videos to some video clubs and to some other outlets so that they will just make Bakausu somebody who becomes a hated person in the country.
And do you know whether that video was also played on the national TV station?
O video nying ila londoro fo ila londoro furata jela ban fo inara na play na television bumbu ba.
Anda mito ya funi television bunda to mo banko be nyaaje ya ke ofana pour banko be yaaje.
The meeting was carried live over the national television station.
And we have a copy of that video today, and later on we will show you just a brief excerpt of it and then tender it into evidence at the appropriate time.
Oh, video nying ala fanna do soro janno nyaro sinim do mandemba video nying ba play le na puriya jube ye la londi no la fakang.
Please proceed and tell us how the meeting went. Continuing from what Yaya Jammeh was saying.
That's the time when Yaya Jammeh told the council members, now, you people just move yourselves between me and Bakausu. I've heard from all of you. Bakausu said one thing there. He said that has really made him sad. Because he said he was born in Islamic knowledge and his job was always to teach people. And that's what he lives by. He has other people's children. Now, from now on, I will leave him. Wherever he goes and preaches, his cassettes will be recorded and played over the radio.
Police data ye council data ye bakas na memang kado reporter fra sa telephone be wulla kola ate mobula la kola.
He said now the police should be out of it and everybody will be out of it. Now whatever Bakausu does, he himself will deal with Bakausu. He told them now, you have to rest. It is now between me and Bakausu. When the meeting was about to come and end, because before he lifted the ban on Bakausu, Yaya Jammeh was still angry as he was talking. He decided to raise his foot. He was wearing a shoe like this, shoes like this, the Marrakech type of shoes. He told Bakausu that this shoe is even nearer to Allah than you, Bakausu. He told Bakausu that you are nothing to Allah. If you can do anything, then try and escape from here. He told Bakausu that look at the soldiers standing here. There was one of the soldiers there from their village called Balo. The president went on to tell Bakausu that, do you know Balo da Kalaba, which means Balo with the big mouth? Go and ask Balo who is Yaya Jammeh. Balo was an ex-soldier. He told Bakausu that you don't know me, but Balo knows me. There were some soldiers standing behind him. He told them, nobody looks low on me, even in the traffic. Do you know me? The reason why I became a soldier, he even narrated the reasons why he became a soldier. He said initially he wanted to go and become a doctor. But at Denton Bridge, a lady was made to disembark from a car. He said that woman is a beautiful woman. He said, in those days, I don't trust the police. So when I saw them harassing this woman, I decided to intervene. This is how the police knew me, and they released the woman because of my intervention, and the woman left.
So birata da ko bura dan nala ko nyum fala ka ko mbita docteur basante mbita sojere la ni nonsense on deto sonne wala dundi sojere wala dundi sandam fala forot.
He said with that incident that he saw, this is why he said, I wanted to become a doctor, but I'll change, I'll now become a gendarme.
Akaya ko nadia de 20 years mbe soro na jaita bolajan 20 years mfama dindi nemenda ba Omar wayal na fo balan tablo kay du karantu waya mirano ben soro no la fond.
Then he went on to tell Bakausu that if you don't mind, I'll lock you up for 20 years from this very minute. So
okay,
their stepfather who went with him removed his hearth and placed it on the table and pleaded with Yaya Jammeh to forgive them.
Akaya balo nante moment.
He went on to tell Bakausu, you will know who I am.
Mfama wo sita.
Our stepfather pleaded with him.
Anana wasa yamfata.
Then later on he said now he has forgiven Bakausu.
And as Yaya Jammeh insulted and ranted on, insulted Bakausu, that is, and ranted, can you tell us where Bakausu was at that particular time and how you saw him?
For isa fono nya kabrim Yaya Jammeh la diamoni kono ay Yaya Jammeh aya neng
Ay Bakausu neng.
So for isa fono nya ate Bakausu mo tembola ate be min dole dun.
Abesirin ko besirin janyame.
Bakausu was sitting down facing Yaya Jammeh as I am sitting here now.
But ndolni denke na otara ko wata kila.
But we went with the confidence that he will not lock us up.
Because Bakausu bira fama be fundlanga to man fondol mutal bolten kabalu talo ala to langa mem fa nga menga ngalongo masata okela diamol be ke barota kela.
Because Bakausu, just like his father, is somebody who has means, and when we were leaving to go and attend that meeting, what we did, we know that he will not be able to lock us up.
So, that's
how we went back home after 8 o'clock in the evening. When we were going out of the hall, everybody was shaking hands with the president one by one. I was second to last to shake hands with the president. Then I talked to him there. He told the president, he told the president that you don't know Bakausu. Bakausu is helping you, but it is these people who are trying to instigate you against Bakausu. He is somebody who teaches people humility and discipline. And if we have that in this country, enough discipline, then that will be easier for you to rule. He told the president that those people that you have given vehicles, you can even give a vehicle to Bakausu. Then he told me that if I am going to give him a vehicle, tell him to leave me alone. Let him not insult my tribe and let him not insult me. I told him Bakausu doesn't do that. This is how we dispersed on that day.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Mr. Fofana, do you think that was a reasonable question to ask?
What type of question? Counsel. Yeah? He's asking what type of question you mean?
Indeed, perhaps I need to phrase my question better. Was that a reasonable request to make?
For a can Sahara or the Purmo can receive a canimba.
Yaya Jammeh to you.
Kaboya Jammeh Canada.
Sorry, Jamurunka Mama Jamoy.
A coffee I am Romo Canindric Sahara or the Purkaboya Jammeh Canada, Canindro, Yemen Canningabu.
Koya Jammeh Amunda.
Let me help the witness here. You said Yaya Jammeh asked that Bakausu should not insult him or the Jola tribe. So was that a reasonable request to make from Bakausu? That's the question.
Bakausu Yaya Jammeh Koyko for Bakausu Kanan Neng, a Kanan Nasio Neng. For the Amromo Canindri Sahara on the Cabo Yaya Jammeh Canete.
And don't for Yaya Jammeh. Yes,
it was me who told Yaya Jammeh when I was shaking hands with him.
Even
there asked me whether you are related to Bakausu. I told him that we are from the same mother and father when we were shaking hands, when I was shaking hands with Yaya Jammeh.
It's not very clear, and you've actually reported, you've actually already said this portion of your narration. The specific question was that whether Yaya Jammeh's request was reasonable or not. I don't know if the interpretation is accurate.
Okay, go.
Akaka menyininka. Yaya Jammeh la foko puru bakausu kana neng akana la jola siolu neng. Ako fodu mu nyininkar sahari uleti ka fo Yaya Jammeh nyanta ite nyininkala wala.
Atelo fonde abula fadi nyola foro wala na ko ko fa ko kana woke nka ko abuko.
Well, when he said that to me, I said this is something that Ablai Fati and others decided to concoct, but Bakausu doesn't insult you. This is what I told Yaya Jammeh.
So you deny the allegations, essentially, that Bakausu was insulting the Jolas and the president?
Amunta ibalanta o tumiro nyina le kafoko Bakausu aka Jola nenne ani aka Yaya Jammeh fana nenne ite balanta o tumiro nyina emeng fama.
No, manso wala itole ka fasar nyamena because Bakausu ka fani londo la silola.
Well, I don't accept that. I don't agree to that. Bakausu, whatever he says it according to the Islamic way. But they decided to say it in a way which is an incitement.
Kon si o se kara hanisara kula ko la kono wafo bula aleta karala kono wafo wala mu diamond wafo ngala bula aleta karala fulo la ko alkuru wafo bula bura ko jola la ko alena dino kam bele kanda dino la.
Bakausu doesn't refer to only one tribe, because even in his preachings he tells the Sarahules that stop selling diamonds and so that you can come to the religion and follow the religion properly. Diamonds has changed your minds. Even the Fulas, he tells them, stop selling your collar nuts and come and follow the Islamic religion properly. Bakausu has ever been like that, but he doesn't say it in an insulting way.
Mr. Fofana, let me ask you some questions on this point.
Mr. Fofana,
do you think, or do you not think, that these were inflammatory remarks to make about people's tribes?
Ako fo ila mira loro nyin kuma kan sifal to kafo siol to amang ke kuma kan me alon ko abe siol nyin kam abe jusu bola abe kan fandilal
ba ka uska fa yamane siol man kan fa to la kawani ya wala kan fa wulina abula fa dinyo la diamu ya wala kan fa dunne molto.
Well, the way Bakausu says it, well, they didn't make these tribes angry, but it is the way that the Supreme Islamic Council and people like Imam Fati, how they decided to preach it and how they decided to explain it to the people, that's what made the people angry.
You've already told us that he made certain remarks to the Jolas, and a Jola man actually got up with a cutlass and tried to attack him.
Ya fo jang ko nunga kuma kan tantam beje mi alon ko ya fo Jola alma fo Jola kewdo wulita no anim fango alafta kaboya kan.
According to Ibrahim Ajeju, yes, what was said was that he told the Jolas, stop dancing and come and learn Islam.
Ibrahim Ajeju lo fola meeting laro barama che ko 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 en photo nyala bargela spring council meeting laro Ibrahim Ajeju lo ko mo samana je wala ko mo foje ako wala kera burman photo nyala. I
cannot ascertain to it as the truth whether Bakausu said this, but this was narrated by Ibrahim Ajeju at their council meeting where Bakausu was invited.
Mr. Fofana, I understand that your brother Bakausu was trying to preach, or he was actually indeed preaching. But don't you believe that some of the remarks he made to certain tribes would have offended them?
Mr. Fofana, tonya Bakausu mu kawandi lalete ando aka kawando lekenu. Bari ila miraro to aka kawando Kenya mena aka kumolu fe nyami. Ya mirafo kuma kangulu dolute wo mo dolu kamfala bang akefo nyami.
Alon kawando na manandi amobe.
Well, preaching, some people like it, but some people doesn't like the way some people preach. The Pharaoh's name didn't come into the Quran just merely like that. The prophet's name didn't come like that barely into the Quran.
Na Mariam to manna kensenke Qur'an kon.
Our mother Mariam's name didn't come into the Quran merely just like that.
Ani sabe dol to manna kensenke kula ka sabu.
Plus other prophets, it is because of a reason that their names were mentioned in the Quran.
Kawando wado do si tofo wado do si telindo wado do si misalo ka sa tuta hakil malbulu.
In preaching, sometimes what you say looks inflammatory to others, and some other people accept it as the truth, and some people accept it really as an Islamic way of doing things. It's left to the people themselves to decide.
And do you believe that in preaching, you have a right to make offensive remarks against other tribes?
Akondung kawando okono, fodu ila miraroto a nyantale, puru isi kumakan kolango fo modoli bang sio doli.
Kawando wa?
Nibe kawando la.
Kawando a depend la ni sio ni dia mo fanna tinda sio menna. Misal ni mandin kollele ku sa mandin ko la len ko bula.
Well, it depends on which tribe does what. Even if it is the Mandinkas, and they are fond of doing something which is not Islamic, you can tell them, well, this thing is not Islamic, you have to stop it. You can say that.
Mr. Fofana, the point I'm trying to get at is that you can preach, you can tell people not to engage in certain activities. But when you go as far as actually targeting a particular tribe and making certain insinuations about their culture, then I believe that would become offensive to that particular tribe.
Mr. Fofana, kamem fole mnyinti, mosi kawando kenole, baribitung kawandinya atutaule bulusa ni sio dobe kering inata kumo dolu fo wo sioma andu ya fo ye nyaming anatake kankolengo ti ife itelie wa ufo dung ila miroto munana wo sekeno kutile membe kamfandila.
No, Kawando Konga Kawando Bukadia Mobe, Pondo Yesa for Hanana Fafon la Sequia. No Monquia for Nadia Mo Kenya.
Yes, well, that really is true, but it depends on how you deliver your words, how you are going to explain that thing to the people. Because preaching, as I said before, well, some people will take it, but some other people will not take it. It depends on the people we are talking to.
And indeed, Mr. Fofana, that is exactly my point. I believe that as an imam, you have a responsibility to foster peace and also tribal harmony amongst the community.
Ako Mr. Fofana, kumom nyimu waleti bari kawando ni ba kela tela miroto wolem isafo nyama mensi molu kambendi isafo nyama mensi molu katandi nyola molu senyo faham isaje asidungi sondomoto ngamira kawando nyanta kela wala nyama.
Because more market fenna for the new atako kuyamole damionko molo la form and katakilla.
Yes, that's what I have been saying. Bakausu delivers things in a way that people like. This is why he has a large following. So if there is another way to it, that's left to the people themselves how they took it. But the reason for a large crowd, to have a large following, is how he delivers his sermons.
Because
even apart from this, Jola tribesmen call Bakausu to go and attend their gamos and other activities. There are even some Mandinkas, his own tribe, who don't like him and who doesn't even invite him to their meetings or their activities. But if you want to please everybody, then you will not tell the truth.
So wala na mole akanu wala ni ajenga Gambia tena ni mole Bakausu kana hani na adunta dawada e kalongo yes mole Bakausu mna sawa kamemfu. Because
the reason why I'm saying this, wherever Bakausu goes, people will rush to come and meet him. They like him, this is why they behave like that on him. But because just as a Gambian, if they had hated him, nobody will follow him and they will not even listen to him. Because even in an exam, if you get 60%, you have passed. Much more, you get 90%. Well, in fact, if Bakausu himself comes, he might be able to clarify some points. How things happen, how he says things, and whatever has happened, he himself may be able to clarify some of those things.
And would you agree with me, be it Bakausu or any other imam, that if one steps over the line in terms of provocation of different tribes or even of religious views, then it would be up to the state to interject at that stage and basically put him in line.
Fo be son nanyin mel ko fo ni ba kaus ay kawando ke fo tembe da rome alon ko ala fita ko nyi ala kawando nyi nak ala fita ka fitino nyi wulundi fa fu da banko e nyaaton ko la fannala ye nyanto solo man say nyanto solo pour ka dadu ko nyi kono pour ka dimbani ndi bon
ni ara la fita fino wulla man say nyanda wula ko ni ara kawando la fita fino wulindi la.
Well, if the preaching is about to cause commotion or create chaos, well, the head of state should get up and do something about it.
But Bakausa Kauno Fitna will in the Banco can Supreme Council left Fitno in the Bakausinim, Ya Jambet, but I mentioned Bakausinim, La Condo, Mona Bakausa Condo, Kauno, Fitno Yamenki.
It is the Supreme Islamic Council who wanted to create a problem between the council or between the people and Bakausu. Bakausu has never had a problem with the community or with a crowd or with a certain religious sect. But
go ahead.
But it is this Supreme Islamic Council who created all these problems between Bakausu and the head of state.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fofana. We accept your point that the state can interject if imams go over the mark or religious leaders.
If on sonta nyinel ko ni ko tara fo tembe daro mol fon da mal lafta ko ngol lafta seyla nyola man sa dabula no ko nyin kono ka ko nyin ta ka tembendi.
And in essence, Yaya Jammeh lifted the ban off Bakausu at the end of that particular meeting that day.
Amunda onya ko nyin kabranga meeting nyin nara na sorota Yaya Jammeh nara na o tongo nyin ka bondi ya Supreme Islamic Council le tongo mel la Bakausu kan Yaya Jammeh nara na o tongo nyin bondi le.
After hearing from all the people who spoke on that day,
biringa la moiro ke karo flol be la mol media men dia on da Bakausu la karola ani Supreme Islamic Council la karola.
You said that he actually insulted Bakausu. And then he made the proposal that actually the Supreme Islamic Council was now out of it and that he would be the one who would deal directly with Bakausu. He also said that he would be monitoring preachings or recordings of preachings of Bakausu and that he would take action if anything was done that was out of line. And another name for saying, Tafangol Kuson Syndrome in Kela, at the Fangol Babacaus Kuson Sonna, ala Kawandol Nikono, ala Casito Nikono, Membe Topotola, because Kuson Sonna Jube, Nimbacaus, a Kuku for Jamelon, Ninsilo, Manta, Fodal Silofe, about Tilinda Silola. And it was on that basis that the meeting was concluded and it ended. And Kankan meeting in Narana Kumfa, Mol Wulita, Janjangeta. Can you tell us what happened after the meeting? How did Bakausu carry on with his activities? First of all, the meeting in Kirin Kola for Kol get a Bakausu Narana call tending on Yadi, la Bolu tending on Yadi, another do call.
Okay, Birim Boraje, Asamo, what will be more journalists or Kotunala Sokon, journalists or Jama?
Well, after the meeting, when we left, we went home. But after all that, journalists started coming one after the other many times into the compound.
Yo dol nata fo Bakausu ni journalist wol nata kan na fi ko le mo de kane idanku ma kana kuma foye.
Well, someone came to Bakausu and told him that journalists are hypocrites. If they come here and wanted to question you, don't talk to them.
Bakausu nata fo ko journalist wol man kan na fikri because membe mabore ko wala ko ende pour dunia salon yela nyanto so ko journalist am do ko han kila fa kibar tala sotol.
He told them that I don't agree with what you say. You cannot call journalists hypocrites because they disseminate the information which should reach the people. Even the Prophet himself has people who disseminate his information. What is important is be a credible journalist. Tell the people what is the truth, what has really happened, but don't concoct lies and try to tell those lies to the people.
Standard news and news Foria.
The first media people who came there are from the Standard and Foria.
And Independent.
Later on, the Independent newspaper also sent people.
But Standard news la
But I can remember his meeting with the Standard people happened in my presence. What he told them was that my stance yesterday is the same stance today. What I was doing yesterday is the same thing that I'm doing today. I don't change. He in fact told them that same day that if we see the moon, we will pray. But if we don't see the moon, we will not pray. And after all that, the oncoming Eid, which happened to be Tobaski, the same thing happened. People didn't pray together. We were there a few months later.
Can I just ask you, on the point of the Eid, on that particular occasion, do you remember the date that the Supreme Islamic Council announced?
For hakilo samurano Supreme Islamic Council wo sangola ye lunjumalel kankula ko mon nyanda sallaw lungolla.
No hakilo momudan.
No, I cannot remember the dates exactly.
Did your brother Bakausu Fofana pray on the date that was announced by the Supreme Islamic Council?
For ikoroma Bakausu Fofana for salta lungol laban Supreme Islamic Council lungomen kankula ba.
Bakausu bakasali la kankula rol.
Bakausu doesn't pray according to their announcements.
Foni na jero ni la jero benta.
Except that we sighted the moon, which coincides with their sighting.
Thank you very much. And essentially, nothing changed after the meeting between the President and the Supreme Islamic Council and Bakausu in terms of his religious views. He continued as he was doing.
Munta femmang faling meeting on kola Bakausu la meeting kola ni Supreme Islamic Council ni ya jaman meeting kola meeting mensoro femmang faling tela miro ro ate lata menda femmang faling jata tententa kala kol ke ate lata menda.
Tendenda kawandola kaya maroka kafatandro katonya fo kadal tala nyami.
Yes, he went on doing the same thing. He went on with his preaching, he continued his teachings, and he continued doing things as he was doing it before. One thing, we decided to talk to him about that, let him stop that, however difficult it may be to him.
Wala mo commanding ko voka suru avocation because ni ko baka ne do fo do kanda yon kay ya flaka si dol fana tofo.
That is to name tribes, because if you talk about Mandinkas or you talk about Fulas or Wolofs or any other tribe, people will begin saying again, you see, he is now insulting the tribes again, even if he didn't use insulting words.
So you just asked him to avoid using the tribe card.
Amunda alnata na dia mo puru ay fonyo ka siol to kumandi. Because
ba on ka ko niata nyulbe dia mo bulen ba nata bo kawnda ka fo nyamen kawni lato ite mar hanite mo se buka kamfa bari tol kata ko yela mande ni nyama wala ka kamfa samana.
That is because we realize that what he says is not offensive, but it is because of those people who will go and narrate it in another way, which becomes inflammatory to those people he has mentioned. So this is why we decided to tell him to stop calling tribes. Because even if he says it nicely, but the enemies will go and say it in another way, which becomes very bad to those he talked about.
And Mr. Fofana, you've already explained that Bakausu prayed on a different date, or perhaps the following day, from the date that was announced by the Supreme Islamic Council. Do you know if he was ever arrested for praying on a day that was different as that announced by the Supreme Islamic Council?
Ya fo jam fanan ko Bakausu Fofana te kasali lunna le me alon ko afansu lunga te la ate afansu lunga men tombe waranto lunna me alon ko ni Supreme Islamic Council bi kankula bi ate kasali o samolla fo ila londoro fo inana ka ya kalam dala ba nana salle ke salile me alon ko ate salta ron salirin kola inatana ya muta ya samba alaw saloka.
No Bakausu buka sala afansu sallad ala man fo kila man fa men je kitabo kono yo wali o kan nin na salo nin kansulo la salo benda akake nana men be abukake.
No, no, I can say that Bakausu doesn't pray just because of himself. He follows the norm that has been the old way. If the prayer day coincides with the day that the Supreme Islamic Council announced, he prays with them. But if it happens that they didn't sight the moon or he didn't sight the moon, that's what brings the difference.
Mr. Fofana, that point is quite clear. My question was whether you had, Bakausu rather, had been arrested for praying on a different date than that announced by the Supreme Islamic Council. Mr. Interpreter, please kindly allow me to land before you start. Otherwise, our speeches just keep overlapping. Thank you.
Ako, abe menyin ka kangole mnyindiko. Ba kausu, fo inene nata mutale bang, ka fo aning Supreme Islamic Council man salinyola lunkiling. Akawo dinkirale nyinin ka fo nene soton tale fo inene ya muta wala le bang.
Yes, namana salola kola de butu woman foni sando bar 18 May 2012 another arrest sokono sankeba sule jowo e matraje.
Well, salola kola moti bamfo.
Woman mantra sal program of Fankon.
Well, the arrest I can remember was on 2012, 18th May. But that day, it was not about Eid prayers. It was something else that they came for him. But it was not about Eid prayers.
Yes, Mr. Fofana, I am aware of that particular arrest, but what I was referring to was the Eid prayers, whether he had been arrested in connection to that.
Kamem fo lemi do ay kalamuta la ko na normale ayo arrest ro nyin kalamuta kamem fo lemi ko fo ak arrest ro men ko fo banna salo kola anana sal talaba ina ya arrest bang
No, namana sali yana arrest namano.
No, they've never arrested him because of Eid prayers.
Okay, thank you very much. And before we move on to the arrest that you just mentioned, I would like to show an excerpt of the video. Ovivan, can you please play the portion of the video so that the witness can identify?
yow lu ñëpp ne loolu lañ bëgg yow nga ne doo ko moo beeta fa la leftañu ne da ma ya fani leftañu ne la si sa wax di akala kumo kamoto jang confirm na li ñu la wax li ñu la tuuma nga yo ay jeko ye même fo jang ye tuumile bara manke ko yafo ah ila kabiri be kumo fo kan ne ah ye kumo fo ja yembelon ko ñini ye men fo ani membe kaseto do wok be ya toñandien ako comme biriye kumo fo membe kaseto ko ani ye men saate la kuwoto amunta ko ita fango ye o be toñandi la kumoto le bi nga waxe ne biri ko bi ñowa affaire wéri koor biri be sunkar kuwo fola ak affaire julli anin saliwato wa yow waxuñ la ima foyte Supreme Islamic Council ñoo decide rek Supreme Islamic Council le ak wol landi o ñama nit yi ñëw wax la ko mol nata foye léegi wax ma yow ban autorité nga am fii si Gambia ban wayayi tandi ite do ko sembe jumale soto jam wara landri ñaa jumale soto ñi banko kanja ban autorité nga wut fii yemu man sa yalla ñi ni njang amulo ben autorité fii ite man du si diine du si lena amulo ben autorité amanke diino kono te amanke kudoti sembe wo sembe te bulu jam fayda official authority Supreme Islamic Council ñoko am sembo men diita man sala karola man sakunda la karola wolu mu Supreme Islamic Council le wolle a sembo soto yo yaay kan be suñu waré def any decision ñu contact ite le mu jumaati na tara be decision o tala pour ñante te contact la fan nga jangé ya karaminto foo xam ne Supreme Islamic Council jàngewuñ fa yow lan lu es lan nga jànga lan la yàlla woon loo xam ne moo ëppal li ñu yàlla woon ñi la jiitu te jàngal la ite mu ne karam men siyaata ñu lie men karang warang ala so mu londile la men tambita ñu la londo la ñu lu bee men yete karandi nekkuloo si benn dëgga ako nga yitandi lay man tara tooñaa kan te nga ne yow am nga fit ako ite ko ye jiso soto nga tollu sa bopp ak ansu machine ye fan tembendi ansu machine na kan na soor la la be pare nga ñëw be fii ñemeñ loo wax li nga waxoon si cassette inaata jang ye même fo cassette to ma nga ñaa fo la jang ma nga me cassette yi aka ay cassette be soto le waaye man duma la toppa si sa wax te normal la kuma kangoto loolu tax ma gis jox la audience o ma tinna fana e kumandi pour ani yesi te li ma la bëgg a mooy alafta même fo le wala mu ñinti du ma neexal kenn ate moo neenee la ate moo maa neenee la wala mu neeneeroo du ma neexal kenn akaate moo maa neenee la affaire diina kuwoto fitna ku ko bëgg a ekkati fitna moomoo laftaa wulindi la billahi wala taala li ma loolu lay def te kenn du si mun dara aye kalim abi menke la doole billahi wallahi taala adu moomoo te kuunoo la je
You can put it off now. Thank you very much. Mr. Fofana, have you had a chance to look at the video that was just played?
Mr. Fofana, I heard you tell about the video in Kajuba.
Yes, I've seen it.
Are you able to identify Bakausu Fofana in that video?
Nim video nyin kono je ye ba kausu ya bondino ya sute mol kono je la ba.
Me ba kire fakir wata filda ma haninga bulu kono le jambo sute la sakanya da.
Yes, I will never be able to. I will always recognize Backhouse wherever I see him. We are from the same mother and father.
Yeah, please just answer the question and tell us if you're able to identify him in the video or not.
Yes, I recognized him.
And who was he? Just describe what he was wearing, perhaps.
He was the man with the tall hat, and his shirt in front was embroidered.
In gold material?
Yes, it was in gold color.
Ovivan, can you just play the video again, just a small segment showing Imam Bakausu so that he can identify him directly and point to him?
Ni aje nga Supreme Islamic Council kumandi mambo akalama.
Binga saleta binga binda.
Biri letter o safena.
Wah binga wadi mataga.
Ye kumo men fo yentento.
Nama don re.
Akom bes jelol la.
Parce que so degle cassette li nga wax ci sa khutbay.
Ye cassette o men fo kutuboto.
Magis letter bi.
Ngana letter oje.
Ma fo ne lena ñaari yef mo ñew ci man.
Ako kufula le na tante kan.
Ayda da nga dof.
Fo man kende ya.
O da nga fo ne man dama dof.
Waraite amirante tawali on man kende ante president.
Ken du man hade.
Ako mota nene la.
Ya nga am mbokk yo xamne.
Ako ye baadi ngol soto men ya.
And is this the meeting held at State House that you were referring to earlier?
State House.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, we would like to tender the video into evidence as Exhibit 115.
Request granted.
And just to let you know, Mr. Chairman, that this is a 3-hour video. It's a long video, and thereafter we would allow the members of the commission to view it in their own time.
Understood.
Mr. Fofana, can we proceed?
Mr. Fofana,
you mentioned the arrest and detention of Bakausu. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the date was in sometime in May 2012.
2018.
2018.
Jani kana arrest in 2018.
Before they came to arrest him...
Just hold on, Mr. Fofana. Let's just verify the information. It cannot be 2018.
But it cannot 2018 somewhat.
Sorry, 2012, 18 May.
It was 2012, 18th of May.
Thank you very much. Yes, I did think that was the date. Kindly just tell us how events unfolded on that day.
Okay, well, Jani, kana arrest Aramiso mena. Jani Aramiso 2012.
Before they came to arrest him, it was on a Thursday. Before they came to arrest him on a Thursday,
May 12th or 13th.
May 12th or 13th.
Telephone.
I personally took the telephone and called Abdullah Fati.
Around 11 o'clock, around
11 a.m.
So manda 11.
11 a.m.
Telephone.
I called Abdullah Fati. I told him, you people are responsible for Islamic religion in this country. Because you are the people at the council. I told him I always listen to your Friday preachings at State House Mosque. And the other preachings that you do. Chebu Cham also preaches at radio station. I also listen to that. But Baukaus also, people listen to him.
Barator keta mo sabata patio keta sa isini be kachado da isido be jelaila dolbe kebo jelaila dolbe njaya.
So it has now become 3 parties. Some people criticize you, some people criticize Chebu, and some people criticize Backhouse. It was because of the dispute or the disagreement within the religion. Chebu Cham used to say that Gamo is haram, and the sheep or goats that are slaughtered and are consumed at Gamos is haram meat. It's not clean meat. And after the prayers, the dua that we do, that's Salatul Ala Nabi, to pray on behalf of the Prophet, Chebu Cham and his colleagues condemned it. Because I see you, Imam, yourself, you go and attend Yaya Jammeh's Gamos, and you do the same thing there. You do this Salatul Ala Nabi, the prayer that they do for the Prophet, likewise others who perform it. Now if you condemn that, and you do it, and you people come and do it again, we will be confused.
Are you saying that the Supreme Islamic Council was basically practicing activities that they themselves had condemned?
For Supreme Islamic Council found ika kulle ke me alon ko ndu yo idol fon yo ko woni ya e bangala re man sonado no council o mambalan kamola anen fonko comme banko la dina bul jamal be na banko kan say.
No, it's not the whole council which has condemned these things. We have a lot of sects, Islamic sects or religious sects in this country.
Chebu chamunyo wala tara wala conference leke e boka son kamola alfa ko conference nen kam mo different beje.
It is Chebu Cham and his group who condemn Gamo, and some elders attend these Gamos. Now, what is the difference? They do their meetings during daytime, and other people do their Gamos at night. And because of the time, some people don't have time for daytime, some people have time only for the night. So now what is the difference?
And these elders who attend these activities, are they part of the Supreme Islamic Council?
Alpha men kata mabe nyimbengol to fo ifananda be Supreme Islamic Council la kafo kono la bang.
Alpha Jumal
men kata nyin gamol.
Oh Alpha comme ça yen sa dolon kol men be gam men be da wol kamola miro ka mo nen council be bo mira kelen tola.
Well, as for elders living in the provinces, they have the same thinking with some members of the Supreme Islamic Council. Because some council members go and attend people's gamos. Ablai Fati and the President Moudlamin Toure, sometimes they go and attend people's gamos.
Mr. Fofana, I'm just trying to understand you here. I had asked you the question whether or not the Supreme Islamic Council perhaps banned gamos, and yet they were attending gamos or approving other gamos.
Supreme Islamic Council itol fangol silang ye gamo fo ya bande bandu sai natana bandero ki gamo la sai itol fangol wato do ikata gamol la gamol ma gamodol ma be fo lefta ko wala ba
no gamo namna wala ban ko fo namna ban man kamo ban.
No. They themselves at the Supreme Islamic Council never banned gamos.
I'm trying to understand why you were having that conversation with Ablai Fati. And he was a member of the Supreme Islamic Council. Help me understand.
Iko etening Abdullah Fadi ya kumandela ina yen kumakang kacha.
Okay, na kacha ta mena wala monka ko. Alisidia mudino nka chebu chamu ko kamo membetea. Itolla tara nka ko sai alte fere kala kuma fomala ko kinya ko afon la dala foro. Ako chebu mankarang.
Well, the reason I called Abdullah Fati was that as a member of the Supreme Islamic Council, they attend gamos. And Chebu Cham is now condemning gamos. So this is what I don't understand. So this is why I told him to remind other members of the council to do something about it. But what Imam Fadi told me that day about Chebu Cham was that Chebu Cham doesn't know anything.
So you're saying that you were asking Abdullah Fati to intervene and stop Chebu Cham from basically prohibiting gamos?
Amunda ko ilafta la puru Imam Fati aya dadun ko nyin kono mem Kebu Cham la ko de isaje ke ay diam Kebu Cham ya bula ka dadun molla ku kolto dino la ko mol ke la ko ke nyame.
nga fa yina kam pour ko ngo ko endri ke mo ba din dol ko kamo me da dol ko gamo be da sa mo nyanta mo ne kala bi ko tol mo supportal le tol ben tol nyan dol ko bule tol nyan sa be kala nyaadi.
Yes, the reason for all this was that I wanted them to clarify, because they themselves attend Gamos. But why is Chebucham now standing and condemning Gamos? So this is what I want to know. And people like himself, the witness, they believe in Gamos, they attend Gamos. So this is why they want to know what is what.
Akonye Chebu mankara kane dankala akonye ko mbita ne mare no wonta be baro mbata folo folo ban radio to diamol kala ko mo be ma ko mankaran ne anda bano fala da bar mbita ne ma wala tonkon.
Because what Imam Fati told me that they also was, Chebu is my in-law. He is the first person we should have banned, but he is my in-law. What he's saying is quite different from the truth. And he is not a landed person. He doesn't know anything.
Omar Jite nyola how la radio bari mankaran.
Including others like Omar Jite. They talk over the radio, they just talk and shout, but they don't know anything.
And Mr. Fofana, are you trying to say that there was some sort of uneven-handedness, perhaps in the way that the Supreme Islamic Council would normally lay down their rules and regulations? Amunta ila kumwenye itandiko tilimbali abe kolu konole Supreme Islamic Council ka kolu tamandi nyamin isonta doli yekumen ke kabalan doli lela so fo abe wonyale bang.
Janko beja because ba ko chebu ko bitan na modo menna ni bitan tare ba banale so ba ko sumen ke bitanti wala dina yekula o kan kan masa dunya la hanata tonyati.
Yes, this is how I saw things, because he said Chebu Cham is his in-law, but they never banned him, and he said Chebu is the first person they should have banned. Now they didn't ban him, and they know that he is saying things which are not correct, but they decided to take action against Kausu for doing the same things. So this is why I said that there is no even-handedness.
Thank you, Mr. Fofana. Mr. Fofana, I would just like to perhaps repeat some of the rules that we went through before we came here, because I have noticed that on quite a few occasions, when I do ask you a particular question, you tend to digress, and I know that this is something that perhaps you want to discuss, but my question was whether for us to go ahead and discuss the arrest and detention of Bakausu. Sorry, Mr. Interpreter.
Quand même, faut aller ko ayaje alaftala pour ngamuru ko madomanding sartol la me même fo enu ila diamoni vision ko membe tangala andun kado ayaje ila sede andun vision ko waro do na nyinin karo bindo be ninga e nyinin ka ikala fle ka pour ka dulani ka dulani kono fanundi.
We don't want to restrict what you're going to say, but we only have one more session left, and there are so many things that we need to discuss.
Malafiki ka bandambili nyaro kela ko ni diamo ni fengeka bar sainte abedamento fanna killing wolbe mbulu pour nganda dia ngasio ni nga kumfa.
In fact, the most important elements of your testimony we've still not heard it.
Ela sede andiro ni men kumara kono famfanke fam mo follow.
And my role here is just really to guide you and help you so that you will be able to deliver your testimony in the best way possible, and so that we can actually hear the important bits and pieces. So kindly help me to lead you so that answer my questions directly when I ask you, and don't answer questions that you have not been asked.
So mbela flake yende maro yende ma nyini kamel na yajabiro ke nyini karo la nyini karo nyate kanyame ikana nyini karo samba nyala myalon ko among nyini karo nyama.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka bage.
I hope you understand.
Jikira nyina ya fahamle lafta ngamen ko.
Ngaje family arasi nar na Kenya menyama fonga jar no silola wala na ngeen dato.
Yes, I understand. The reason why I stated this is how he was arrested.
Because birina dia mo do siloto akonyo ko barba ka so ngaste pleta ko mo wota be stop
Thank you very much. Perhaps also what you could do is just wait a little bit after I ask my questions, about 3 seconds before you respond.
Yeah, nyininga jande be jabiro gele be ako sila mo minute second dandang second sabanyo sifalo jande be jabiro gele no di amol be sele la nyokan.
Okay.
And in fact, we have come to the end of the second session. So when we come back, we will deal with the arrest and detention of Bakausu. And I'm sure you will help me and be brief so that we can cover that. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I hand over the witness to you, or perhaps, well, we've come to the end of our second session, and it's time for the break.
Thank you, Council, and thank you, Mr. Fofana. We will take a 1 hour break and come back sharp 2:30. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.